What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It is cold here in Florida. I think it's in the upper 50s this morning. Oh, it's too cold. Let's get some breakfast. Guys, you see this? This is actually a jack pad mount that was in the frame of this Mini, and because the Mini is so low, I actually wanted to take this out, but because the Mini is so low, when I pulled it off of the alignment rack a month ago, it actually ripped this out of the frame. So I was actually very, very thankful that that happened. So thank you, Chevy. Before I get this jacked up to take the wheels off and do a deep cleaning to show you guys the true power of wheel cleaner versus Eco Wheel Cleaner, I really need to clean this thing. The outside, the paint that is. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's not good. But at least it's not a 100-degree day. It's still in the high 60s here, which is great. But I really want to get this adhesive off of the windshield on the inside. We're probably going to be tinting this car. There's also a piece right there in the middle above the, or right where the rear view mirror is. So I'm going to get those two pieces taken off and prep this ready to get the windshield tinted, as well as retint the rear and side windows and tint the sunroof. So let's get it. So I'm actually going to be using a glass scraper, a window scraper. It comes with these blades. It also comes with a replacement set of blades. There's probably 4, 5, maybe 6 blades in this set. And I'm also going to be using Adam's glass cleaner as a lubricant for the window. So whenever you are removing adhesive from a window, you want to make sure to keep it lubricated, because you don't want to scratch. So I've got the glass cleaner here, and I've got it set on that little dispersing fan pattern. So go ahead and spray a little bit there. It's okay if it gets everywhere. Don't freak out. You can wipe it. You just want it to go ahead and soak in. And this scraper comes with a blade already installed, which is nice. So take your blade, maybe flip it the right way, and this is not working. I got all the glass adhesive off of the glass, and same thing with over there. Now I'm going to be cleaning the outside of the windshield because it looks disgusting. And by the way, those paint scrapers from O'Reilly's that I was telling you about a second ago suck. I went ahead and just washed it. I actually need to wash that thing because it is filthy. Black car life. But I wanted to give this a bath because the last video that I put this in was of the soap demonstration, and it just had spots everywhere. So I wanted to get this cleaned up, and yes, there's swirls all over the car. Debating if we're going to keep this car or not. We're not sure, but if we do, then it will be repainted a completely different color. For now, we're just going to leave it how it is, color-wise. So I got the wheel off. This is the front driver's wheel, and as you guys can see all around the barrel, it is completely just caked on. I'm going to use this wheel as a prime example of the wheel cleaner versus Eco Wheel Cleaner and how well they both work. Now obviously, with this amount of brake dust and contamination on the barrel itself, the wheel cleaner will clearly come out as a winner, but I wanted to show you guys how effective they both can be. Alright, I have the Eco Wheel Cleaner here. I have regular wheel cleaner. Whoops. I am also going to be using the wheel brush And since I cannot find my lug nut brush, I'm going to be using an interior brush. It's got very soft bristles, so it'll allow me to get into the spokes and the hub area where this brush probably will not be able to give me full benefit. What I'm going to do is actually rinse this wheel off first, and the right side I'm going to be using wheel cleaner. The left side I'm going to be using Eco wheel cleaner, and then I will let it sit for about 30 to 60 seconds and see how much that pulls off. I'll go ahead and rinse it, and then I'll reapply with some agitation and then rinse, so you guys can see the difference without agitation and after agitation. Alright, so that is wheel cleaner, as you guys see. And then I actually cannot find my Eco wheel cleaner 16-ounce bottle, so this is a spare bottle that I had in the closet that I used to use for all-purpose cleaner. So those will sit for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute. I'll time lapse this so you guys can see the bleeding effect. It's been about a minute, and as you guys can see, the left side looks untouched. The right side, however, is severely bleeding, is the word that a lot of people use, but it's actually breaking down what it can without being agitated. The iron particles that are embedded in this barrel, along with the brake dust and everything, it's doing as much of a job as it can do without actually getting agitation put to it. So I'll show you guys some close-ups here in a second, and then I will rinse this wheel off, go ahead and spray it again, and then agitate it, both sides. I'll actually agitate the right side with the wheel cleaner first, rinse it off, and then spray the Eco wheel cleaner, agitate that, and spray it off, and show you guys the difference. Had rinsed off the wheel. As you guys saw, it was bleeding pretty badly. Now all of the wheel cleaner fluids, the mess it left behind with when I rinsed the water, is all going down the sidewalk. So I'm going to use wheel cleaner now. And let that sit for probably 15-20 seconds, and then I'll agitate it. For most of the inside of the barrel, I will be able to get away with this wheel cleaner brush. Depending on your wheel, obviously these are 15 by like 2-inch wheels. I think they're 15 by 6s or 6.5, something like that. Something very, very tiny. The tire itself is a 175 65 15, so a fat donut is basically what it is. For most wheels, you will be able to get away with a wheel brush using the barrels if it's already removed from the vehicle. Some wheels will require a little bit more intricacy, so you want to use a lug nut brush, or one of these brushes is an interior brush. Now once you use this on a wheel, I would not recommend putting this back on your interior unless you know for sure that it has been cleaned. So let's get to it. given up pretty much on this wheel, and this is about as good as I can get it, shockingly. This car is a 2006, or the wheel's from a 2006, and I don't think that anybody has actually cleaned the wheel ever. And you don't actually have to remove the wheel to clean it, you know, to give it a deep clean, but you know, show some attention to the wheel. This is ridiculous. Now, if I was going to be keeping these wheels, then obviously I would attack this a little bit more, but I've tried numerous different brushes. All this contamination and brake dust is baked into the clear coat of this wheel, into the metal itself, and I don't think there's any salvaging it unless we were to sandblast it. So I'm not even going to attempt to show you guys the Eco Wheel Cleaner because it's not going to do anything. But don't let this phase you guys. If you want wheel cleaner, go get it. Everyone who's used it can attest to, you know, the great product that it is and the effectiveness that it can give you. Don't let this deter you in your decision of getting it. So if you guys have actually tried this cleaner, the regular wheel cleaner, and you've had great results, drop a comment below. I'm sorry that this did not cooperate, but again, all that is baked into the metal, into the wheel itself, and that's not going to be removed by a product unless I have an acid-based product, which I'm not going to use. But side note here, the Mini Cooper, the front coilovers actually had 1/4 of an inch to go lower. The rears were completely maxed out. When I pulled this wheel off, I thought I had maxed the front out, but I didn't. There was 1/4 of an inch left for thread, so I went ahead and lowered it all the way. Well, that's gonna do it for today's episode, guys. I am sorry that the comparison didn't work out the way I had pictured it in my mind, but then again, does anything ever work out the way you imagine it to be? I always have some sort of issue that comes about that always hinders what I want to do, whether it's modifying, cleaning. There's always something that goes wrong, and that's just the luck of my draw, I guess. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
It's caught in the crossfire.